After our 3-0 win last week against Grandmaster D-Ray, the Welsheons are going against JBear and The Greavyard for week 2. JBear has one of the best Tera Captains in this low tier format with Gyarados, especially if it's Tera flying like I'm predicting. It has the potential to just run through our team. They have good hazard prevention with Hatterene and Colossal as their spinner and quite a bulky team overall to support the offensive threats. Looking at this matchup, it's going to be a desperate times call for desperate measures situation. So first up, we have Mirror Herb Moxie Heracross. With enough investment to outspeed neutral Gyarados or Gyara at +1 if we manage to proc our Mirror Herb on it Dragon Dancing. The strategy here is to switch in Heracross on the first turn Gyara stays in and copy the D-Dance boost. So basically, I see Gyara, I swap to Heracross. We have to rely on hitting the Stone Edge to prevent the Gyara sweep, but it's our best hope in this situation. Another heat set this week is Endure Custap Berry, Tera Water, Mamoswine with moves to hit for big damage after the Custap procs. Tera Water means Gyara can't hit Mamo for super effective damage with any of its moves, and the Oblivious ability means it's immune to the Intimidate from both the Gyara and the Quillfish. Mamo has enough investment to outspeed Max Bishop and potentially live a Tera Blast from a Tera Flying Gyarados. Hopefully, another solution to the problem that is JBear's team is Adrenaline Orb Carmine Sylveon with enough investment +1 speed to greet Mienshao. A +1 special attack, Sylveon can OHKO most of JBear's team if the stab is not resisted. Hyper Beam is there to get the OHKO on Gyarados at +1. Assault Vest Serena is here to support the team with Rapid Spin so hazards don't get out of hand against us. It has enough investment to outspeed Dusknoir and get out of there with U-turn, and enough to have over 50% chance of getting the OHKO against especially defensive Rhyperior with Power Whip. The rest of the EVs are in HP and defense to allow it to take hits. We're bringing quite an offensive Kilowattrel with heavy duty boots to get decent damage off against most of JBear's team with enough investment to outspeed Raikou, and Volt Absorb allows it to come in on Raikou for free. Kilo Speed makes it faster than JBear's entire team unboosted, so Feather Dance is there as a last ditch effort against the physical threats on the team. And finally, to round out the team, we're bringing Delphox with Choice Scarf and Blaze. We have enough speed investment to outspeed Gyarados or Quillfish. Our 2 stab moves allow us to get good damage against the majority of JBear's team. We have Foul Play to allow us to outspeed the Gyarados at +1 and get about 60 to 70% damage off. And finally, we have Trick to trick our Choice Scarf to some of the annoying Pokemon that may want to either just set up, hopefully we can lock them into a setup move, or just cripple some of the support mats. Let me know what you think of the team we're bringing this week. We're trying to hit our goal of 300 subs by the end of the year, so if you enjoy the content, subscribe and leave a like. Thanks to Gunk and Dash and Sceptile for help in the build this week, and without further ado, let's get into the battle. And they've got a Tera Fire Gyarados, so I was really worried about Tera Flying Gyarados going into this game. Think I'm happy about that? We'll soon find out, won't we? Yeah, gonna lead Delphox just in case they try and get their screens up straight away, or they lead into their Raikou. Yeah, so good luck, have fun, JBear. So they have led with Raikou. Okay, so they'll be able to find out straight away if I am Scarf or not, if they are not Scarf themselves. So what I could do here is just go straight out into my Serena, because that's what she's here to do, is take hits from this thing. So I think we're just going to go for that, and then we're going to go for a U-turn afterwards. Yeah, so this may sort of trick them into thinking that I'm not Scarf, so I don't want to give away that I'm Scarf too early. So they've probably just gone for a Volt Switch, maybe? They've gone for a Score. Okay. I don't mind too much if this thing gets burned, like, it's not here to do too much. So, yeah, it's not the end of the world, it did get burned. It's more here just to be a pivot for this thing. So now we just U-turn, because this thing is guaranteed to be faster. If they do switch out into something else, then we can get initiative, which I would like very, very much. So they could go Colossal on this, because it's going to be resisting all of my moves apart from the low kick. Rock Twist. So it's got to be the Colossal, yeah, for sure. So now I go Mamo. Yeah, I go Mamoswine on this, surely. Yeah, so I'm going to go Mamo. I'm going to get my Tera off, and I'm just going to go for the EQ. If they've got Shocker, then this isn't going to do a massive amount. They could always just swap here as well. So yeah, just going to go for the Earthquake. They could easily just be going into the Gyarados. That isn't the end of the world if they do. Came early. Who's this going to be? It's the Abomasnow. Okay. I should have predicted that, to be fair. So this is going to super eat this hit. Like, it's not going to care about it at all. I was kind of worried this was going to be getting up the Aurora Veil at some point. This is a very good opportunity for it to do just that. So, yeah, we're going to get a Tera Water off. Earthquake is going to do nothing to this thing. That did more than I expected it to, because it's got the defense boost. Yeah, I'm going to have to go into Delphox here, and then they can just get their Aurora Veil up. This has been a bad couple of turns, really. They are just going to be in a very, very good position. They're getting the Aurora Veil. Are they just going for the Earthquake? Okay. And that is not dead. Now, I'm okay if the Colossal comes in again. I'm just going to go for a Flamethrower. No, just in case this thing was going to stay in. And is it... Grid acted was the Raikou. Okay. So, this is... Yeah, it's kind of the mid-ground here. They're going to just gone for Psychic or something. And that does decent damage there. Does that tell us anything about the Raikou? Let's find out the answer to that question. Probably Assault Vest Raikou. So now I just go back into... Actually, I'm going to go into Kilowattrel here. Yeah, I'm going to go Kilowattrel. This thing could Scald again, or it could just Volt Switch, predicting me to go into my Serena. So we might be able to get a little bit. Yeah, it's going to Volt Switch. What? What? Why am I competitive? What? No. Oh, sugar. I was meant to be Volt Absorb. I think I'm just going to get my damage off on this and see where that takes us. So that does a decent amount of damage. It's just going to go for Stealth Rocks. Now, they could go into their Raikou. Snow Stops. Yeah, I'm just going to go for another Thunderbolt, actually. I don't mind losing this here. I really don't. Especially because I've done a Volt Absorb. Like, what? Right, okay. So, this thing is at -2. I'm going to go into Sylveon and I'm going to set up a Calm Mind. I've got to start trying to do something here. Yeah, so if I can set up a Calm Mind, this thing isn't going to be able to do anything to us here. So, oh, we're going to get our Calm Mind off. What's this going to do? What is this attempting to do? Does it get like Gyro Ball or something weird that I don't know? Stone Edge. Okay. So if they get a crit next time, they will be able to get the KO. I'm going to go for a Psychic. The sooner that this thing goes, the better. I don't want to risk the crit. And how much is this going to do? Wow. Okay, so we're risking the crit anyway. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just going to click Psychic again. And see what they do from there, basically. Now, if this thing is Tera Fire, it means my Hyper Beam won't KO it. The plan has always been to just go into my Heracross on this. I'm going to go for the Psychic, and that might be the wrong play. So yes, okay, so they are going to Tera. I think they're just going to Dragon Dance here. If they get the +2, then I just go and Endure with my Thingamajig. My Thingamajig being my Mamoswine, of course. So yeah, this is going to do about 34 to 40. They are going to Dragon Dance. I shouldn't have spent the Heracross. Now, they could just go for their 2. Yeah, I'm just going to Psychic again. Okay, so they're going to Waterfall. That's fine. So, Mamoswine will live anything this wants to do. Yeah, Earthquake is its strongest move. So, I'm just going to Earthquake in return. They could obviously go Bomber Snow. I should have just gone for the Icicle Crash. I am not playing this game very well at all. Not at all. So, yeah. Yeah. Like, look, I knew this game was not going to go well for me, but it's going even worse than I'm just going to go Delphox, and then they can obviously just go for the Earthquake if they want to, and take me out. Yeah, they can. So, yeah. They just go for the Blizzard. That's probably going to take me out anyway. Yeah. There it is. Okay. I'm going to click the CC. This is probably a bad play because the Quillfish just comes in. And then, yeah, Quillfish comes in. Then I can go into my Serena. Hopefully it flips and goes into Gyarados. And we will see from there. Yeah, that's going to be the play. So if this flips, it goes into Gyarados. And then it gets out of his dance. I will just go into Heracross then. And then I just click EQ, I think. If they do go into Gyarados. But let's find out first. Flip. Or they just go for Gunk Shot. They're going to miss. Okay, that is unfortunate for them. I need to keep both of my other Pokemon. So... Oh, actually, I'm going to go for a U-turn. I'm going to go into Mammoth. Okay. We get some initiative here. Imagination. I don't remember what one that was. It was Gyarados. Okay. Intimidate. So we're going to be doing absolutely nothing to it. So I'm going to go Heracross. Quillfish comes in. Then it can obviously take that. It won't take two. The Abomasnow could just come back in, predicting the Earthquake. So let's see. Quillfish. Quillfish? Quillfish. Here it comes. So I would like to get rid of this. Would be nice. It's Shucker. Okay. So it might take more than... Yeah. Okay, so with Shucker... Is that max defense? I did like no damage to that. Yes, that's pretty much max defense. So I've got to go into my Serena again. They might think I'm choice locked with this now because I haven't gone for a second move with it. So they could flip. They're going to flip. They go Gyarados this turn, then the Mirror Herb will hopefully pay off here. Let's find out. Shiest. Who's Shiest? Mienshao. Okay. That's problematic. Okay. So I've got to leave this thing in now. And I'm just going to go for a U-turn. This could U-turn KO. They're going to, yeah, U-turn KO. And then they go into, they could just go into their Quill, to be fair. So it's Life Orb, that's good to know. That could be Fake Out. I've got to go for the CC. The Quillfish could easily come in, but I've just got to do it. And yeah, here it comes anyway. So close combat plus... yeah. Okay. So EQ might not KO there. Yeah, EQ won't KO. But I just go into Mamo. This is... I should have really just gone into Heracross on the Dragon Dance that I knew was coming. That was the plan all along. Waffle me for not carrying on with the plan. Yeah, they just flip. And then... let's see what they go into from there. So they could go into Gyarados. No, okay, it's a thing. So, do I... tell you what, I'm going to go for my Endure here. And then maybe get the KO on this afterwards. So, they will have to know that I am going to be cussed at. So if we are at 5 HP, this will not KO them. But I'm just going to go for the reversal. And then maybe we can go for the Mega Horn afterwards. They are ice shards. Good bring. Good bring. Good bring. Yeah, so I'm guaranteed to lose this. Oh, the snow stopped. Great. I really wish I'd gone for the mirror. I should have just swapped in. That was the plan all along. I should have just gone with it. Tell you what, I'm just going to Stone Edge. Because they don't know what's happening. Yeah. I mean, they don't resist it. So, we could just miss the Stone Edge. We do not miss the Stone Edge. But that does not KO. Now I'm going to Earthquake. They could swap into Bomber Snow. We're not going to be at +1 after this. We are going to be neutral because we took the Intimidate. And there's the Moxie, and then we just die to anything, so. Redacted, yeah. This can Volt Switch, get KO. It might not even KO me from there, to be fair. So, tell you what, I'm just going to Stone Edge. T-Bolt, that will KO. Oh, it doesn't KO. But we missed the Stone Edge anyway. It was alright. I wasn't going to be able to outspeed all three of the other things and live on 1 HP anyway. So, yeah. GG to JBear. I was pretty sure I was going in... Oh, Extreme Speed. Nice bring. I was pretty sure I was going in for a loss this week. And, yeah, that is pretty much how I expected it to go, but in a slightly different way. So, GG to JBear again. Make sure you check out his links in the description, and we'll see you again next week.